has been Monday Night Raw that I didn't bother to watch. How can I do a review then? I'm joined by two co-hosts who actually watched it. Wrestling Network, also known as Mike. How are you doing?
Hi, Tom. You're
Hello.
lazy, by the way.
I did a stream today. Stop complaining. And
Yeah, pretty much.
KK416.
Hello. Pretty much today was Monday Night Relax for Tom.
Yes, it was.
Monday Night
But these
Relax.
two are going to review it, and I'm going to put it on the channel. So feel free to whoever wants to take it away, who's going to be talking about the results.
Yeah, Mike, take it away.
Right, so basically, Drew McIntyre came out to the ring, basically talking about how he's the rightful number one contender for the WWE Championship. And I think Drew called out MVP, so MVP came to the stage. And Drew was basically telling him, okay, tell me right now you had nothing to do with T-Bar and Mace attacking me last week. MVP says, yeah, I had nothing to do with it. It's probably just a coincidence. You probably made some enemies when you were calling out the locker room a few weeks ago, obviously leading up to the build in WrestleMania. Mace and T-Bar came from behind and attacked Drew McIntyre, and MVP kind of just stood there awkwardly. Am I right, KK? You just stood there, right?
They striked again like last week.
So yeah, we have no like official confirmation yet that T-Bar and Mace have anything to do with the Hurt Business as of right now.
It seems like MVP is gonna manage the Hurt Business now, like since Retribution kind of split up now. That's what it seems like.
I hope so, because he might be the only person that can save them.
Yeah. And then after the attack, Drew McIntyre, he went to Adam Pearce and he said, I want Mace and T-Bar tonight. And Adam tells him, you can have that, but you need to have a tag partner with you.
He didn't end up having a tag partner for halfway through the match. He ended up having one, and we'll get to that later. But
Yes.
for half of the match, it was a handicap match.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, what did you think of this segment?
It was pretty good. I'd give it like, I would say, if I was to rate it out of 10, I would probably give it like a 5 out of 7, 5.7 out of 10.
Okay.
Really good
I
way
mean, yeah,
to
that
kick
makes
off.
sense.
Yeah, really good way to kick off. Even though it was like another thing that we saw last week, but it was good. I'm glad that they're finally like using, these two members of Retribution like seriously now.
Yeah, I can agree. Drew McIntyre, though, one thing that I want to add to that is how does Drew McIntyre deserve another championship shot if he already lost to Bobby Lashley at Mania?
He doesn't. But WWE they like to recycle matches, which is why we're getting WrestleMania Backlash.
And that's another point as well. I don't mean to like skip ahead. Bobby Lashley wasn't on the show tonight at all.
Yeah.
He wasn't there.
Like, what are we gonna see Drew versus Bobby every pay-per-view? WrestleMania Backlash, WrestleMania Money in the Bank, WrestleMania SummerSlam.
WrestleMania SummerSlam.
But yeah, well, what do you think about this segment, Mike?
I'm gonna go in the middle. It was average. It wasn't necessarily anything to write home about. Drew McIntyre just cutting the promo, trying to get himself over, I suppose. Trying to get the Hurt Business and Retribution over. Bang average, 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
I agree with Mike. It sounds like an average talking segment that kicks off every single Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, it was just Drew whining about wanting another title match when you got beat clean.
It's basically every opening segment to Monday Night Raw now is either I beat this person or I want to beat this person or I'm owed this.
Yeah, and we're gonna see it at Backlash again.
But that is Drew, though, isn't it now? Like, when Drew came to Raw for the first time off of NXT, like, you wanted to hear Drew McIntyre speak. Now it just seems like all of his promos are the same to me.
Yep.
He just says the same thing in a different way of saying it. But I don't know.
It feels like they don't know what to do with him. Like, instead of putting him in a title picture, they don't know what to do with him outside of that.
Yeah.
Like, they want him to be champion, but they don't want him to be champion at the same time. I don't know, it's weird. But anyway, moving on. We had our first match after the Adam Pearce segment we had Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin versus the Viking Raiders again.
And they're victorious once again. The Viking Raiders.
Yeah. I mean, didn't we see this match last week? I didn't watch last week, but I swear I seen it.
I'm pretty sure even Tom remembers this match last week.
Yeah, because it's the return of the Viking Raiders.
See? My point exactly.
Yeah, so it was. So it is the same match as last week.
Yeah.
I will say,
Are you
even though it's the
surprised?
same match, yeah, I will say, even though it was the same match, it was a good match.
You're using the word "good" loosely. I mean, it was alright.
Yeah.
It was quite quick.
Yeah. I mean, it's good to see that the Viking Raiders are back in full effect.
Yeah, true. I mean,
But they-
decent
they
match.
just
I
need
like
to
the
give-
Viking Raiders.
They need to give them new competition. Don't give them the same people. That's the only problem.
Yeah, that's one thing that confused me is like, shouldn't Cedric and Shelton Benjamin kind of be mad that they were literally kicked out of the Hurt business? Like, it just seems like they've completely forgotten about it.
It seems like, they're all like split up and like, they're going their own separate ways.
It just
MVP's
don't
gonna,
seems like they care.
yeah, MVP's still gonna be sticking around Bobby, and they're gonna be doing. Maybe Shelton and Cedric should do their own separate thing. Who knows? It might be
I
better
don't
for
know.
them.
I like them as a tag team. They just need to be presented as a good tag team. Like, they've lost twice in a row to the Viking Raiders at this point.
Just came back.
They've just been made to look like complete putzes. 1 week they're losing to the Viking Raiders. The week before that they're literally kicked unceremoniously out of the Hurt business. And then tonight, for the third week in a row, they've been made to look stupid, losing a match.
I gave this match a 8 out of 10 because, like, Viking Raiders return. Like, I'm happy that they're back.
An 8 out of 10, did you say?
8 or 7. 8 or 7.
You are I gave this a 4.
Yeah.
WWE's tag team division is so bad.
Yeah,
There's
they
one
gotta-
reason why I love AEW is because they present tag team wrestling seriously. Compared to this, anyway. Calm down, Mike. I'm not saying it's the golden era of tag team wrestling. Just saying, out of the two companies, one clearly has more respect for tag team wrestling.
Yeah, whatever. But anyway, moving on. Kevin Patrick was in the back with Randy Orton. And by the way, Kevin Patrick is fantastic. I love him already, just because he's Irish. Basically, Kevin was asking Randy if he got rid of The Fiend. Randy was saying The Fiend won't be heard from in WWE as long as he's there, which confuses me because didn't he lose to The Fiend at WrestleMania?
No, Randy won.
Randy won.
Did he?
That's
Yeah.
why. That's
That's
why
why
people are
everyone's pissed.
That's why everyone's pissed because they're like, oh, how are you gonna have the Fiend lose?
Okay. I mean,
Remember stream? Everyone was fuming because he lost.
yeah. Okay. So basically, Randy Orton was saying that he's gonna wait until after Backlash, the match between Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley, and he's gonna go over and basically attack whoever wins that match. Matt Riddle, or just Riddle now, scoots by on his scooter, basically congratulating. My English is terrible. Congratulates Randy on his win at WrestleMania. Riddle asks, "What does Randy Orton mean?" And then Randy Orton's basically saying, "Oh, didn't you lose your title at WrestleMania?"
Yeah. Pretty much.
And then
Riddle, he's trying to get on his good side.
yeah, and Riddle suggested that there should be a tag team of RK Bro.
RK Bro.
Fuck off already.
I gave that segment a 2 out of 5 because it was shite.
And, we're not done yet. And then Randy basically just gives him the cold shoulder, like, just, yeah, no, bro, and just walks away.
Yep.
Well,
He was
all I
not
know is
down.
I've heard he's going to be teamed up with R-Truth.
That would be something better though.
Matt
'cause
Riddle.
They're both
R-Truth is
comedy
funny
villains.
on his own. He won't be
Yeah.
funny with Matt Riddle when he's talking a load of bollocks.
I mean, give him a chance, see how it goes.
No. Just no. That's a no from me.
Might work, you never know. But yeah, Viper pretty much told Adam Pearce he wants the King of Bros in the ring tonight.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we got. I thought it was meant to be Braun Strowman versus Matt Riddle, or Braun versus
Yeah,
Randy.
but that clearly got mixed, didn't it?
I mean, that happens on Raw, you know.
Yeah.
Shit gets
Back
axed by Vince McMahon.
Yeah, because he can't make up his mind.
Yeah, but billing a
Yep.
match was one first time in a lifetime, and that you shouldn't scrap it.
Oh, Vince doesn't know how to keep good things now, does
Oh no, that's why he let Samoa Joe go.
he? Yeah.
But what do we think of this segment before we move on?
This segment is kind of corny, but yeah, Riddle with Orton, I don't see that happening. I hope it doesn't happen though.
Oh, it will. It will. This is Raw we're talking about.
Yeah, I gave this a two. I'll give this a 2.4 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm giving this a 1. Just filler segment, to be honest.
Sounds trash.
It is.
Right. Moving on, we had a look back at Charlotte Flair's return to Raw last week. Charlotte comes down to the ring, and she's not in a ring attire. We'll go to commercial, and then when we come back, Charlotte's in the ring with a microphone, and she's basically talking about she came back to Raw last week, demanding respect from the women's locker room, and after everything she's gave to the industry, she came back unapologetically, the biggest star in the division. I wouldn't say she's the biggest star in the division anymore, or ever was, to be honest.
No.
Yeah, she pretty much said, I can beat Rhea, I can beat Asuka, hell, I can beat both of them at the same night. That's why they call me the Opportunity.
The opportunity. And yet,
Yeah,
she was talking about how, despite she wasn't even at WrestleMania, all of the headlines were talking about her coming out of and into WrestleMania.
When?
She had COVID. I
yep.
mean, we're talking about her having COVID, but beyond that, then no.
I don't remember any articles about Charlotte at all. And I look at the wrestling news every fucking day.
Yeah.
And she's talking about basically, even though, you know, oh, all the people in the back, all the women in the back hate me, they're fake to each other and they hate each other as much as they hate her. She's talking about, they're all fake to each other and all that. I
She
don't
just,
know.
she's just trying to make them turn on each other, turn against each other.
Charlotte
That's
bores me.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we got like a Rhea entered the ring. That's when business just picked up, and then Oscar joined them too in the ring. And they had their little mic talk.
The best moment of this segment was the fucking end with Oscar.
Bitch!
I will beat you, bitch.
Let's go, Oscar.
Oh, that was fantastic. I don't know. I've never believed Charlotte on the mic, like, at all. She just sounds like she drones on and
She does just drone on. That's half of her problem.
Yep.
And it's always the same damn promo with her. I'm the best, I'm the best. Everyone has to prove that they're better than me because I'm the best, I'm Ric Flair's order, blah, blah, blah. It's the same fucking promo every time.
Yeah. We then moved on to a match, right? It's because after this promo, we definitely needed a match.
Well, we gotta give our thoughts first.
Yeah, it's true. So
this
for this
promo.
segment, 1.2. 1.2.
0.5.
And I
Charlotte's
guess I was
involved is trash.
I guess I was a little bit more generous with my one.
I don't know. I just don't believe Charlotte, Oscar is. I like her, but Rhea Ripley's a star, but she didn't
Yeah.
really say much. So yeah,
Oh,
and after that we had Randy Orton walking in the back with the up next sign. Matt Riddle versus Randy Orton. Matt Riddle skates past him on the bloody scooter, and then we'll go to commercial, and we come back with the match: Riddle versus Randy Orton. Yeah, this
I
was
was,
just.
we were 1 hour through the show, and like this was the only good thing so far. It was a big W for Riddle over Randy. It gave me like Survivor Series 2019's Survivor Series vibes.
How the fuck did Matt Riddle win?
Roll up.
Oh, okay. The most
I
deadliest
think
move in
so.
WWE history.
Pretty sure it was a roll up.
I mean, it was a match. I suppose it was definitely a match. It was definitely in a ring. It was just
See,
predictable.
well, yeah, I got my prediction wrong because like I thought Randy was gonna, you know, get distracted by Alexa or something. I thought we were gonna see Alexa get involved in this match, but it didn't happen.
And
It's
Randy's
always
completely
so
done with them
predictable.
now, I think.
It's so predictable with this company. Every single time that Matt Riddle is going to get into a feud with someone, he'll
Yeah,
start the match, you'll call them out, they'll have the match, you'll get his arse beat for the entire match, roll up, you'll win. Did the same exact fucking start to a feud with Sheamus. Randy Orton's going to beat him at Backlash. If not, it'll beat him at Money in the Bank. And then it'll be over. And then Matt Riddle will fight someone else. Every single time, it's the same exact result with Matt Riddle. Predictable as fuck. I said it from the very second that it started. Matt Riddle's going to
yeah,
win this match. And he did.
yeah. It seems like a pattern with him.
WWE
Same
just
with,
has a plan with everything.
yep. Hi, Brad. Bye, Brad.
Do you fucking mind? Going on.
We're filming a
Filming
review.
Well, Tom, you didn't even fucking watch it, mate. So
Yeah, I'm just calling the show shit, even though I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it, and I called the show shit.
Yeah.
The show was shit. It was wank. I've seen better performances
Oh,
so much than what was on the TV today.
Right. What's the next segment?
next segment is
Backstage segment. We had Adam Pearce and Sheamus in a backstage segment. Sheamus came in the room basically. He was asked for, apparently, by Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce was asking for Sheamus.
yeah,
Bro, I really got to watch Raw, man. I have no idea.
yeah. Sheamus was trying to have a open challenge for the title, or was it a non-title?
And well, if it's an open
Well,
challenge, it's got to be for a title.
He was
Adam was talking about he wanted him. He was trying to ask Sheamus if he wanted to do the open challenge. Basically, he was saying, "You're not John Cena. You're not as good as John Cena. You should do
Alright.
the open challenge to be more like John Cena."
yeah,
Anyway, boys, you guys are boring. I'm
because
fucking.
he's the one that started
I
it.
know,
Bye.
guys.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
the little backstage segment.
Sheamus agreed to do it though, so we'll get a little bit later on tonight. Sheamus in an open challenge, air quotation marks, because we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. We then got a tag team match after this.
Yes, we had a tag team match, women's tag team championship match. Well, it wasn't championship, but a tag team match. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler versus Lana and Naomi in a non-title match.
For the 14th billion time in the last week and a half.
Yeah.
All they're doing is facing the same women over and over again. It's boring as fuck now.
The thing is, there's a lot of tag teams, but not enough belts. That's the thing. They're all fighting for one purpose, and it's those tag belts.
Or the fact that
Yeah.
the division's shit and they should just give up on it and, focus on the women's single titles that have a shit division.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't have to pair them up.
Half of them are thrown together
Yeah.
tag teams.
Yeah, you don't have to pair them up. Have them as singles and focus on their single career so that they can showcase their talent.
Yep.
We got we got halfway through this match, and Mandy Rose's music started playing. She came to the stage with Dana Brooke, and Mandy was basically saying, "Look, I'm sorry to interrupt the match, but have a look at this." And it was Mandy Rose slapping Nia Jax last week on Raw. And it comes off of that, and then Dana Brooke basically says, "And you might want to see this." And it was just both of them beating down on Nia Jax last week, which causes the distraction and
Yeah,
basically allows Naomi to hit the double X Factor, and they got the free count.
yeah.
This
I'm not
sounded
being
awful.
biased, but this was an 8 out of 10 for me, without being biased.
That is being
8 out of
biased.
10.
Huh?
That's being biased, bro. That was
It would.
that was Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke and no Naomi out there. You would have given it about a 3.
No, I like the
10.
fact that there was a distraction there with like actual clips shown.
Okay, sure. Any excuse you want, KK. We'll believe ya.
But yeah, that's what I gave. But I don't think they're gonna stop doing this. It seems like they can't come up with anything better, so they're gonna keep on doing this whole, you know, whole feud with them.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
All right, KK, I'll let you get this next segment because I got to go do something like 10 seconds. So you get the next segment.
Yeah. All right. So next up, we had Miz and Maurice host a very special edition of Miz TV to celebrate their season premiere of Miz and Mrs.
Yeah.
The couple, they basically had their little Miz TV segment, and I pretty much enjoyed it because Damien Priest comes out and then he tells Miz, you are you are as delusional as Jake Paul thinking he's a real fighter. Wow. You hear me?
I can.
Yeah, you gotta fix your audio a bit.
And he wasn't wrong. Jake Paul isn't a real fighter.
Yeah. But yeah, my jaw dropped when he said that.
Same.
Yeah.
Name dropping Jake Paul on fucking Monday Night Raw.
I mean, yeah, they had Logan on there. Might as well talk about Jake.
And how the sport of boxing is basically dead now because Thriller Fight Club is about as useless.
Boxing's
as
been killed.
That Thriller Fight Club basically put a nail in the coffin of boxing at that point.
Yeah. And during that segment, I think Maurice set up a match for Miz to face Damien, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Yeah, and the look on Miz's face, because we've seen that face before when Morrison used to set up matches for him. Maurice kind of volunteered Miz to have a match.
Yes.
So, what did you think about this segment, Mike?
I like Damien Priest a lot. I really do think he has a bright future in the company. The Miz, he's just the Miz, isn't he? It wasn't anything special this segment, but it was quite good. I'd say like a 7.
Okay, I gave it a 6.4.
Okay.
Yeah. Next up, we got a match. It was Kofi squaring up with the Elias.
That sounds awful.
Yes, Kofi versus Elias.
Xavier came out with a big guitar.
Is that new? Like his guitar? Has he replaced the trumpet with the guitar?
I think so. I mean, he's had 3 trumpets.
He had the trumpet last week, so it's definitely new.
I guess he's trying something new then.
Yeah, like, what instruments can't Xavier Woods play? If he can play the bloody trumpet, he can play the guitar. Can he play the flute? I want to know. Can he play the fucking banjo?
Probably.
Maybe can he play
the violin?
piano?
I want to see him play the piano. That would be class.
I want to see him play guitar.
Yes.
Fucking Xavier Woods rocking the guitar.
Yeah. He was playing, really playing that guitar during the Kofi and Elias match, and Kofi versus Elias match, and the shenanigans were over, and Elias hit Kofi with the double drop to defeat him, and Riker raises his hand for the victory.
Yes. Elias
I-
wins the match over Kofi. Quite
Yeah.
interesting. Elias is
Hmm.
getting a couple of wins.
Yeah,
for
I gave this
Elias.
match a 7 out of 10.
It was average again. I'd say a 5.
Yeah. We then moved on to Alexa Bliss segment. It was showing pictures of her when she was young with the doll Lily. Obviously, I'm pretty sure those were photoshopped, of course.
Probably. Or
And,
just got a kid actor in.
Yeah, and she pretty much said, "All you little girls on the WWE Raw roster, Lily didn't like him." I think she's referring to
The Fiend.
Randy.
No, The
The
Fiend.
Fiend.
She's
The
referring to
Fiend,
The
yeah,
Fiend.
She said all you little girls on the Raw roster, Lily didn't like him, and Lily doesn't like any of you.
This was a
Basically,
good
she is
segment.
now becoming The Fiend.
I think so.
I'm up for that.
She's having her own Firefly funhouse. Well, it's not really a funhouse. It's more of her Alexa's playground.
It is. It's literally, you got the Firefly Funhouse and Alexa's Playground. I like Alexa in this role. She's doing great.
Yeah. I
No,
didn't think
this
she
was a
would do
good segment though. Really
I
good
didn't
segment.
think she would do good with this gimmick, but she's doing one hell of a great job.
Oh, hell yeah. I never thought she could play creepy sadistic. I knew she could play sadistic, but I didn't know she could play it creepily.
Yeah.
Doing a very good
Yeah, I
job with
like
it.
this a lot. This segment
Yeah.
was really good. So the whole, I guess, idea is the Lily doll has the power over Alexa Bliss. Basically, if Lily doesn't like something, Alexa's going to carry that wish out and she's going to hurt the people that Lily doesn't like. And
Yeah.
Lily didn't like the Fiend, so she cost the Fiend his match at WrestleMania. Is I
Making him
suppose the
disappear.
storyline that they're going with, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Alexa's fantastic. I love her. Do you think it's weird though because maybe Vince? This is what I feel. I feel like Vince, he liked the Fiend idea, but he didn't want the Fiend to do it. He didn't want Bray Wyatt to do it. So maybe he
never
likes
liked
the
Bray
idea,
Wyatt.
so he's put it onto Alexa.
Vince has never
Maybe.
liked Bray Wyatt.
I mean, if you think about it, he took a long break, and he then came back as the Fiend.
Yeah, I feel like Vince wants the idea. He likes the character, but he wanted someone else to play it. And maybe Vince thinks that Alexa's better at it than Bray is. So this is why she's
I
got her own
personally think
spin-off.
so. Bray's great at playing the creepy Mr. Rogers character, but when it comes to the actual Fiend character, it is quite boring.
Yeah, because we've seen different variations of him being creepy ever since he was with the Wyatt family.
I personally think him being the Eater of Worlds Bray Wyatt was creepier than the actual Fiend. Just because he
Yeah.
spoke
Yes.
and it made him creepy.
See, the Fiend was all right, but then it was starting to be cringy when he came back as the crispy, burnt
Yeah.
Anyway,
Alexa's
ratings
just
of this segment before we move on.
segment. I would say
best segment of the night.
4 out of 5.
Okay. Yeah, I'd give this an 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8 out of, anything you want to say, Tom?
I always look forward to Alexa's segments, like I used to look forward to the Funhouse.
Okay.
Good
Fair
work. Much more
What
I
do
can
we
say
got
without.
next?
Well, I can gather how. I can imagine how.
Right.
When.
Moving
What do we got
on.
next?
Yeah.
Main event.
We had no, not the main event next. Moving on, we had we got to
Drew
relive the moment where Mandy and Dana interrupted the tag match earlier in the night. Basically, we'll go to a backstage segment. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler are there, and Nia Jax basically says, "The only reason I lost is because of you, Shayna. You're getting distracted, and you better pay attention, or else." Shayna walks off, and for some reason, Angel Gaza shows up, and he starts asking about Reggie, and then he walks off, and Nia's just there like, "Huh?"
Yeah, these cringy love segments. Yeah,
I know
I
I
gave
have
it.
to think about
If
that
I was to
segment.
rate it, I'd say 6 out of 10.
6. 6. I'd give it a fucking 1.
I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see, like, what's gonna happen between Shayna and Nia.
No, it's not.
I mean, they were.
No, it's not.
It's going to be a typical story. They're going to lose the tag championships. They're going to break up, and they're going to have a feud. There's nothing interesting going on with those two.
You're not down. You're not down with that.
No, not in the slightest.
So you prefer them as a tag team?
I prefer Nia Jax not being there in the first place.
Yeah, well, you're hearing this, Vince. Maybe you should release Nia instead of the other 10 people you released.
I say, why did you break the Iconics up in a tag team division to then get rid of them? You could have just kept them as a tag team like people liked.
Exactly.
But yeah, before we get too carried away with that.
Yeah, so you gave that a 6, I gave it a 1. Alright, moving on to another match. We actually had 5 matches tonight, and we still have matches to come. Raw's actually wrestling. Good. Right, we had Drew McIntyre versus T-Bar and Mace, which started off as a handicap match.
Yeah.
Big match.
Yeah, it was
Braun
a 2-on-1.
Strowman comes out.
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Drew McIntyre won the match by DQ at first because he pulled off the mask, and he, I think it was Mace or T-Bar started beating him with it, and then
they got unmasked, and we finally saw Dijakovic and Dio Madden.
This is so confused. This booking is so confusing, man. And then Braun Strowman comes out. The match starts again, but this time it's a tag team match. Drew has his partner Braun Strowman, and then Drew, at the end of the match, Drew McIntyre rips the mask off of Mace this time instead of T-Bar, and starts beating him with it. And T-Bar and Mace win by disqualification. So it's 2 matches in a row that end by disqualification.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be a whole new chapter for these two guys.
Just keep the stupid masks off.
Hopefully they get the names back because they don't have the masks anymore. Hopefully that means they're getting the names.
Or something that's not called T-Bar and Mace.
Yeah.
Mace isn't the word,
Dijakovic
but
and Dio Madden was fine.
T-Bar shit.
Dijakovic Madden.
Hmm.
That's what it should be. The original names. Get them back.
I like them now versus when they were in Retribution. Like, they could be a very powerful tag team. Like, when I look at them, it reminds me of the Bludgeon Brothers.
Yeah.
Luke Harper and Eric Rowan.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, rest in peace, Brody Lee. Oh,
So yeah, after the match, T-Bar hit a belly to back suplex on Drew. Braun hit a shoulder tackle and ripped T-Bar's mask off. That's how they both got unmasked, both Mace and T-Bar. Yeah, end of segment. Rating?
Rating 4 out of 5.
Okay. 6.5, I would say. Just because they got unmasked.
Yeah,
It's interesting.
I really like that. Hopefully they don't get treated like jokes now.
Hopefully. Okay, moving on. We had The Miz versus Damien Priest. At the end of the match, Maurice went to distract Priest. Miz went for a roll-up, feet on the ropes. Priest was able to kick out. Miz was distracted, I guess, by that whole situation. Damien Priest hits the lights out, or hit the lights, whatever it's called, and Damien Priest beats the Miz.
Yeah, good match. They better treat Damien Priest like he can be a future star.
Yes, agree. Damien Priest is fantastic. I love him.
Yeah, he honestly he reminds me of The Rock
Really? Okay.
from like his young days, young Rock.
Mm. That I've never
Yeah,
heard that before. That's interesting.
I gave this a 3.6 out of 5.
Okay. What would I give this? I'd give this a 7. I love Damien Priest. He's fantastic.
Yeah,
Shame he's been paired with so
Amazing.
much shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
well, at least he got his spotlight and there was no Bad Bunny, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yep, Damien Priest gets a win, and we moved on to Sheamus. Was in the ring at the commercial,
Open
and
challenge.
Sheamus is, huh?
Open challenge.
Yes, open challenge, air quotation marks.
Yes.
Sheamus is basically talking about he's the United States champion. It's going to be like that for a long time. And Sheamus is basically talking about I'm a champion because I'm reckless and I do what I want. He's going to issue an open challenge every week or just whenever he wants. Sheamus asks who wants to put up a fight, and Humberto Carrillo comes to the ring.
Yep. I don't think
Before the
anyone
match can even begin.
I
Yeah.
don't think anyone
What?
predicted this. I don't think anyone predicted this Humberto to answer the challenge.
The challenge, air quotation marks. And I'm
Yeah.
saying air quotation marks because before the match can even begin, Sheamus basically starts beating up Humberto Carrillo. Hits him with a bro kick. Sheamus leaves. No open challenge.
It went from challenge accepted to challenge rejected.
Right.
You pretty much Sheamus just sent a message to everyone.
Yes. That's the
Yeah.
best way you can describe it.
Yeah.
I don't like that idea though. We waited all night for an open challenge and we didn't even get it.
Yeah. I'll give this a 5 out of 10, 5, 6 maybe. 5, 5, 6 around there.
my god. Bloody hell. When you said 5, I thought you were meant out of 5. 5 out of 5. I was about to say, what the fuck?
10 out of 10.
Yeah, 2 out of 10 for me. Not that good. Whatever.
enough.
Humberto Carrillo is dead to me at this point. He's done what? Nothing in the last 2 years of note.
At least they're giving him TV time. Like he was very like skinny back like, when he
Eventually.
first started. And like now he's jacked, like he's big now, and like I'm happy he's getting TV time.
For about 3 weeks until Vince gets bored of him.
Yeah. Don't release him like you did with Zelina or other people.
Right, so yeah, following that, we saw Charlotte in the back on a staircase, basically getting ready for the match with Asuka. Rhea Ripley makes her way to the ring. So basically, Rhea Ripley wants to spectate this match. We'll go to commercial, and Charlotte and Asuka make their entrances. We'll get the match. Charlotte versus Asuka. This was a surprisingly decent match. The right person won. We'll get into it in a minute. Rhea was basically like shouting at Charlotte. Charlotte grabs Rhea and pulls her onto the apron. Asuka from behind hits a kick and a roll up for a 3 count. Asuka beat Charlotte on Raw television. Imagine that.
Yeah, I thought Charlotte was gonna get the win.
Same. I was surprised.
Yeah. What did I give this? I gave this a 3 out of 5.
Okay. Yeah. I'll give it a 7 just because Charlotte didn't win. Would have been a 1 if Charlotte would have won. Charlotte
Yeah.
agenda is something that I'm just ready to be
It
over
was not
with.
a good rating as Charlotte won.
Not at all. I'm ready to be done with Charlotte at this
Yeah.
point. Like, she's not entertaining. She's had 11 championship reigns at this point, if
Yeah.
not very close to that.
Hopefully she doesn't get her 12th. It seems like it's gonna be that.
Yeah, it's very south. If it's not 10 championship reigns at this point, it's very
She
south of it.
just
It's like
she
9
just
or
wants
8.
to, she just wants to follow daddy's footsteps. That's all it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was whatever. I'm happy that Rhea Ripley's the champion in a minute, but I feel like she's gonna drop it to Charlotte. It's gonna be a
Yeah,
repeat
that's
of
what
last year.
everyone's scared about.
Yeah. But
Because
for now, we're gonna enjoy the reign.
so because like what last year she lost to Charlotte, didn't she?
Yeah, WrestleMania.
Yeah. And this year she won, thank God. Speaking of
Yeah.
Charlotte and what happened, 30 minutes ago, Mike. Here's another loss. Breaking. Adam Pearce on Raw Talk announces Charlotte is being suspended indefinitely and fined 100K following her
Well,
act at the conclusion of
we'll have to get
WWE.
into that.
Yeah.
We'll have to
I
get
didn't know
into
that.
that.
I didn't know that happened.
The end of the show, Charlotte, mad that you lost, basically is like, fuck it. Referee, you'll get your ass beat, starts forearming the referee, freeze, like in the middle of the ring, fetal position, Charlotte's just beating on the referee, tossing him around the ring like a rag doll. I fucking love this segment. 10 out of 10. Referee got his ass beat.
And so she got fined for doing that.
I find how much?
100K. Charlotte is being
100.
suspended indefinitely and fined 100K following her actions at the conclusion of WWE Raw. 30 minutes ago, WWE tweeted this.
Yep, but that was Raw. We
Yep.
made it.
Is Tom still awake?
Yeah, I'm just pissing off Landen in the general chat.
That's why it's going on.
I wrote his name completely backwards. He told me to correct his
final
name,
grade.
so I did.
Well, yeah, that was Raw. Hopefully, we'll do this again tomorrow for Impact with Tom.
NXT.
With NXT. Still getting used to the schedule.
Yes. Okay? Final grades of Raw before we wrap it up. What do you reckon?
I would say out of 10. Are we doing it or out of 5?
Out of 10. Out of 10.
6.7.
Okay.
Yours is gonna be super.
4.5.
Yeah, I kind of figured you'd say that.
4.5 for me. Hard for out of 10.
Yep. And yeah, that's a wrap.
That was Raw for April 19th. We made it.
Yep. We will catch you guys tomorrow. Hopefully Tom doesn't have another excuse again.
Tom, do you want to wrap
Yes,
things
well,
up?
this has been a
Fucking tell your
review.
audience, whatever.
I'll be back tomorrow to actually watch the show and then review it. Sometimes a man's just got to not watch a shit show.
Yes.
But yes, thanks you two both for covering what the hell happened on Monday Night Raw. Now I know what happened and I'm glad I didn't watch it.
Yep. You don't have to watch it. You got the show right there.
Yep.
Yep.
Alright. Peace out everyone, but thanks for watching. We'll catch you tomorrow for NXT.
Peace.
Bye.